Immigration is a hot topic. Where do you stand, Mr. Mayor? Where do you stand in the dispute between the Prime Minister, who wants to try and limit the numbers, and the Business Secretary, who said it's impractical so to do?
Well, got to step back a bit. Well, how did this whole thing go wrong? Two reasons. Labour took a decision back in the 1990s to basically throw open the doors and to relax controls on illegal immigration in such a way that the local authorities, the government, the state of the country as a whole completely lost a grip on who was coming in. That was a complete failure of government, and that is very largely the root of the current anxiety about immigration. Now, the second problem we've got is that under the terms of our membership of the EU, you cannot stop free movement of people within the 27-nation bloc. Now, I think that is for me, it's a real concern because when we joined the common market in 1973 and then a referendum in 1975, we were joining a much smaller group of nations that were much closer in their economic circumstances than the great mass of it's 500 million people, it's 27 countries. You've got huge divergences in benefit systems and so on. Right. Where I think the Prime Minister is completely right is to say, look, we don't want to be slamming up the drawbridge, saying, being completely horrible to people. We're going to say, look, if you want to come and work here, you can do that, but there should be a period before which you can claim all benefits. And it seems entirely reasonable to me, as we discussed, I think, when we met before Christmas, yes, that you should extend that to 2 years. And the second thing, I think he's right about this business about child benefit. Why should British taxpayers be paying the child benefit of people who may be working in Britain but whose children are living in Poland? Now, the payment of benefits, your system for paying benefits, actually is one of those areas under EU law that is devolved to governments. We have freedom to decide this. We can decide who qualifies for child benefit. You've just seen it. The government's just changed the rules. There's no reason at all, in my view, why that anomaly should not be corrected. And as you saw, Nick Clegg said, "Oh, you can't do that. You can't do that." Well, why not? Why can't we do that? And my general view on this is get a grip on illegal immigration, crack down on that, restore confidence to the system. I think very largely the government is doing that and has done that. But number two, don't be realistic about the way Britain acts as a magnet for people whose benefits systems in their own countries are much less generous, and put in measures to stop us acting as such a magnet, such as extending the period before which you can qualify. But what I don't think I would like to see is us saying to every talented person, hard-working person around the European Union who wants to come here and contribute to our society, or indeed around the world, right, or to students in India or China who want to come and study.
I wouldn't want to broadly right.
I think he's broadly right. You've got to say this is something that is obviously of massive public concern. Yep. You've got to take it. All politicians have got to take it seriously. I think all politicians have been very slow to understand the extent of public concern about this. You've got to crack down on the illegals, and you've got to make it more difficult for people to claim benefits. And in that way, I think it is entirely legitimate for nation states to take back a bit of control of their borders.